Hey babe, what's going on? John Villarreal here in Naples. We're checking it out. I brought the wife, I brought the little kiddo, and we are having such a good time here. It's July 4th, it's Independence Day. We're having fun. And I'm here with my good friend Luis from Culture Estate. You've probably seen his videos. If you haven't, check out the description below. You've got to check it out. I saw his videos. They're amazing. This guy knows about real estate. He knows what's going on in my personal opinion. First of all my personal opinion only, knowledge and facts, not casting any aspersions, all for entertainment purpose only, not giving you any financial advice, real estate advice, or any other advice. Please check all the disclaimers. But Luis, tell us what's going on here. You came from New Jersey.
Absolutely.
And you moved your whole business down here and you're crushing on YouTube. Yeah. Why Naples? What have you seen since you've been here?
Well, thank you, John, first of all, for having us here. And guys, if you're watching this, I don't know when, but today's 4th of July, so happy Independence Day to everyone. And yeah, my story is a little unique, but not very unique from what a lot of other people out there are feeling. For myself, I felt that I always belonged in Florida. I've always felt this from a kid. Yeah. So early on, from coming out here, I love the tropical weather. I love the atmosphere. I love the people. But being stuck in New Jersey, because being in real estate, you know, you have to kind of stay where your clients are, where your roots are, and it felt like almost like I was stuck there. So the moment that the pandemic hit and we were forced to work from home, I took that as a golden opportunity to say, you know what, if we're going to work from home, I'm going to call Florida my home. So I started to look around and I started researching where to live in Florida, and all of the videos, and no disrespect to anyone who's made a Florida video, a lot of them were subpar. I knew I could make a better video than that. So when I moved down here and I started to kind of really feel like what it was to live in Naples, and granted, I moved to Naples after researching all the other areas because of the schools, the cleanliness, the way the city's run, the politics here, all of the stuff that you could think of that are important to a family and to a person who's in business. Naples had, right? A lot of things that I loved about Miami as a kid, I don't love about it anymore, which brought me here.
So let me ask you a couple questions. You brought up so many different, I love talking to this guy. Number one, how long have you been doing YouTube? Yeah. Number two, what's the difference between real estate in Jersey versus here? And number three, we've talked off the air and you brought up something really great right there. There's so many different parts of Florida and aspects of, people think of Florida sometimes, maybe I feel in my opinion that maybe you think of the whole state, but can you talk through the different major areas and why Naples?
Okay, so I'll answer, I guess, your last question first. Why Naples? Because kind of like that's where I was leading it to. Is just because I have two young daughters, 6 and 9 now. Right. Beautiful little girls. Really great county, great schools, great everything. But when I came out here, I saw a lot of young families. I saw a lot of cultural diversity. So I took a chance. I was here for about like 3 months before I made my first Naples video. And that video took off. And your second question was like, why? Or how is my YouTube career, or how is it, or how is it expanding out here? So I've been doing YouTube now probably for 5 years, and I made about 400 videos before I even had 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the long game. If you're into YouTube and you want to be like this overnight, it's not going to happen. Unless you got a personality like John, it's not going to happen, all right?
But that's what I tell people too. When people ask me about YouTube and how, I said, listen, it's been great, and it's you know, some videos are awesome and some videos not as awesome, you know, but I tell people, only do it, like if you're gonna get serious, I mean, do whatever you want to do. I'm not telling anyone any advice, but if you want to get serious about it, if you would do it for free.
Absolutely.
And I heard that from someone else. I knew that for myself too, because it was the same thing. I started doing it for free before anything because I just love it. It's my art. Yeah. But so you're saying what I've experienced.
Yeah. So absolutely, we didn't have a choice because they didn't want to pay us unless we were monetized. So I did it because in my business, my line of work, I used to run a real estate brokerage back in New Jersey, and the only way for a real estate brokerage to compete with the big guys is you got to advertise, you got to market yourself. But the good thing is the big guys don't have any clue on how to market.
Exactly.
Nothing. So YouTube is organic, so I started teaching all the agents how to be better real estate agents on YouTube, on Facebook, and all those things. So we ended up putting a lot of videos out. They weren't searchable, they weren't hot content, but they were content related to what we were doing. So we had a lot of we had a small community of dedicated viewers, but never a large audience.
That's what I felt. I felt with you when I looked at his stuff, just, you know, being in the business and being a professional broadcaster, it's like, it's authentic. I felt like I knew him before I even met you, right? And it's the same thing, it's the same experience. I mean, I showed you his videos and stuff, and I'm like, I felt like it's authentic, and the fans that you have probably stay with you video after video.
Yeah, exactly. While I'm trying to figure myself out, they're kind of like rolling with the punches. So needless to say, when I came out to Naples and I made my first update video, I never said to anyone, hey, listen, come to me if you're looking for a house. I never said, hey guys, want to join my real estate brokerage? Nothing. I just kind of gave them what I was feeling. that video started to take off, and I said, wow. Because what I did learn over the hundreds and hundreds of videos that we made for culture is that your videos will only get a lot of views when you're solving a problem. So during the pandemic, I taught people how to get PPP loans, EIDL loans, all those things, and those videos got hundreds of thousands of views, and I said, I could have been doing this all along. Like, I took the long route.
Right. It's like the people that invented the Post-it notes or something. Like, oh, it's a simple idea, yeah, but nobody thought about it before. Now it's $1 billion company.
And you know what it is?
Or product.
And I never made the first video to try to get monetized. I never made it to try to make money off of it. I made it because my agents didn't know how to get EIDL grants. So I made the video thinking they were going to be the only ones who watched it. Then before I knew it, those things started to take off. And when I came to Naples, the next hot thing that was trending was moving out of state, moving to Florida. So I started making moving to Florida videos. Those things took off, and it's been a blessing. So now I'm kind of converting it into more lifestyle Florida videos, where people can kind of like get both taste of entertainment and education all at the same time.
News you can use. So what are you seeing here? You've been on the ground for 6-8 months.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the real estate market. Where do you think it's going? How hot does it stay? Where give a sense. If I knew nothing in 3 minutes, what do I need to know about Naples and real estate?
Well, that's $1 million question. Naples is not alone in this. I will tell you right now, the best markets right now are all those markets right outside of metro cities. Even inside some metro cities, they're going nuts. But the whole revolution now, the work from home type of culture that we're getting, we're seeing a lot of people leaving the most expensive of the expensive zip codes and moving right outside the outskirts. So Naples is getting a big influx from everyone up north, California, different parts of the country, but even Miami, right inside of the state. People are leaving Miami, a lot of people are leaving Orlando just because they want to be able to get more land or maybe less expensive real estate. But the only problem with that is now it's creating a bubble within these markets. So Naples right now is experiencing a housing shortage. Everything, like we're sitting in front of this house right now, it's $835,000. This house would have been half that price a couple years ago, but since there is a big demand for it, and the problem with this is that now construction materials are more expensive. So with all the inflation we're getting, so between the demand and the cost of materials, real estate prices are going through the roof. So this house already is not even built yet, and I've already sold this to one of our clients. I was just pointing out to you. So houses are flying off the market, and I was explaining to John that if you want a chance, you got to keep on your table. You got to keep pre-construction homes that aren't even finished yet, because the ones that are finished are flying off the shelf. They're probably getting multiple 20, 30 offers on a house. Is not uncommon.
Wow,
it's crazy.
And so, how long do you think this goes? I mean, do you think this is like a big mega trend now with the remote working?
Yeah. Well, great question. I think that the catalyst for change, because of maybe the amount of inflation we're feeling right now. So once the Fed does decide to increase the rates, everything else is kind of slow down a bit, in my opinion. Hopefully by then, builders are building enough where the demand for the real estate has been fulfilled. Because one thing is that within the last 10 years, we've had such a big increase in demand for homes because of families growing, but the builders haven't been able to keep up with it. So right now, between taking a few months off because of the pandemic and sellers not wanting to put their housing on the market and the demand that was building up anyway, it's probably going to take a couple years to flush out.
And I know nothing, and I'm giving, again, no advice. I heard that there's a lot of private equity that's moved in and swept up a lot of real estate.
BlackRock and a lot of these other companies are just scooping anything and everything up that's single family, affordable housing. When I say affordable, I mean things that you could probably rent out, it'd be rented out to 90% of the population. They're not buying the mega mansions, they're buying the $250,000 to $500,000 homes.
That has changed the market.
That has really hurt America because, the most in-demand real estate is entry-level real estate. It's not second homes or it's not vacation houses, it's that.
So you're a professional, so you could speak to this. For the first-time home buyer who's looking for something to get their first house, what kinds of things should they be thinking about?
Great question. So if you're a first-time home buyer, no matter where you're looking for a house, I think the first thing you need to do is not just get pre-qualified, but get pre-approved, because the pre-approval process is a little different. What that means is that the underwriter has literally reviewed all of your taxes, reviewed all of your income. Everything is pretty much qualified. The only thing you're missing is the collateral, which is the house. So once you get a house, you can literally show up to the making offer and say, look, I'm just as good as cash because the underwriter has already approved everything of mine. All I need is the house to get appraised, which shouldn't take any additional time than you would if you were dealing with a cash buyer. Cash buyer still needs to run title, so do we. While title is being run, I will get the appraisal done and we'll close just as quick as anyone else.
Okay, so a couple quick things to wrap, and then we'll wrap up. top beaches. I know you've already talked about this, and we'll link to that video. Top beaches in Naples and top restaurants in Naples.
Okay, great question. So you can't go wrong in Naples. Any beach you go to is absolutely beautiful. If you want to be a little bit more quiet, laid back atmosphere, Delno Wiggins Beach, that is a state park, and it's only $4 to get in if you're by yourself, $6 if you're with your family. Parking's included. You can cook out and everything in there, and the water is it's like breathtaking clear water. Then we've got another one called Clams Pass. This is my favorite beach. Clams Pass Beach is my favorite beach because there's a lot of ample parking. They take you on a little trolley, which is cool for kids because they feel like, oh, this is fun. They take you on a little trolley.
Like a ride.
Yeah, to the beach. Or you could walk there if you want to get your steps in for the day, the long boardwalk. And then once you're there, they have, this is one of the only beaches, if not the only beach, one of the only beaches in Naples that actually has more of like amenities around it, which is you've got a restaurant there, you've got drinks there, so if you guys want to have a couple drinks, you've got restrooms, you got showers, you got everything out there, plus you also got the Naples Grand Hotel, which is right there, so you get a lot of people who are visiting from other parts of the country and world who you get to rub elbows with and meet. So very nice beach, very well maintained. All the beaches in Naples are well maintained, but those are the two of my favorite. The one that I wouldn't go to because I'm a local, but if you're visiting, you would probably check out is the Naples Pier. The reason why is because so many tourists go there from all over. It's very busy. You're going to get people drinking on the beach. Not that they leave any bottles because they do take care of that, but you're going to see more crowdedness and you're going to see people, more people.
Definitely more effort.
Yeah, exactly. So harder to get parking there too. So wouldn't recommend that.
All the beaches are nice, but where do you like to eat?
So now, where do I like to eat? My favorite Italian restaurant is a restaurant called Tullio. There's two locations in Naples. One in Mercato and one on the 5th. Great food there. My favorite kind of like casual food place is a place called Lake Park. You're gonna want to check that place out. There's nothing on the menu that you can go wrong with. Absolutely incredible food, so definitely check that out. And Brooks Burgers is the best place to grab a burger in town.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So where do people find out more about you and your channel and all that?
So if you guys want to see our stuff and what we create, we cover a lot of financial education and real estate here in Naples. You're going to want to check out Culture Estate. You can just put in Culture Estate in YouTube or in Instagram. You can follow us there. We post there pretty much daily.
And I'll have a link in the video description. Thanks so much. For Luis, I'm John Villarreal. Appreciate you. Have a great 4th of July weekend out there. I'm John D. Villarreal. I will see you next time.
Yeah, but before you go, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Awesome, brother. No problem, brother.